answer and extend your hand.
Water is life! 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 Water is life!
You're supposed to press play.
Okay, so it's a good question. So here's what we do. So the 9th commandment says you're not to tell a lie. So I'm going to use God's commandments as a standard to see that you are good, not my opinion. So I'm not judging anybody.
This happened like
So the 9th commandment says you're not to tell a lie. Have you ever told a lie? And you can help out as well. Have you ever told a lie? What do they tell people? What are they called when someone is told that they tell lies? What are they called? What would you be called? Liar, right, very good. The 8th commandment said we're not to steal. Don't take anything that doesn't belong to you, regardless of its value, big or small. Have you ever done that?
Yes.
You have. And what do they call people who do that?
A stealer.
No, that's a football team in football.
Stealer.
Yeah, they call you. Yeah, I love to say that. Yeah, you'd be a thief, right? That's what they call you. 3rd commandment says you're not to commit blasphemy. Now it's a big word, but it means like swearing. You say God's name, and you use it in a curse word. You put the God in your J. You ever done that?
Yes.
Hold on to it.
That's called blasphemy. Here's the sad part. This is God's name. And he's very serious about his name. So even in the Bible, he said he will not hold that person guiltless who takes his name in vain. Get it? Why don't you use Saddam Hussein or Adolf Hitler when you're swearing instead of God? I mean, God's gave you your life. The reason you're here is because of him.
But he made them too.
He what?
He made them too.
That's right, he made them too, absolutely, and look what they are. They're winding up in hell, so be careful where you might be winding up. This is the point about this whole thing. If you've admitted to breaking God's laws, watch, and now some whack, we got one more to go. The 7th commandment says you're not to commit adultery, but before you answer, Jesus said if you just look at another person and you lust after them, you've already committed adultery with them in your heart. Have you ever looked at another person with lust? Have you? Okay, so what? What's your first name? Me, I'm Tom. Pleased to meet you. And you're? Yeah, pleased to meet you. Look, I'm sorry. It's in your own admission. You're a bunch of lying thieves, you're blasphemers, and adulterers. That doesn't sound like good people, does it? So if some wacko jumped that fence, he's driving, he's drunk, and he kills us right now. And now you're facing the holy God. How do you think God would find you based on those commandments? Would you be innocent or guilty in his eyes, to be honest?
I'll be innocent because that's why Jesus died for
Wow. Then what, if you were innocent, then Jesus blew it by dying on the cross. Why should he die for innocent people?
Because we were forgiven when he
Now,
died.
forgiven, why would you be forgiven if you're innocent?
Because we're sinners.
You get where I'm going with this? Come on.
Because
Now,
we're
listen,
sinners.
she's saying, well, see, I'm okay. I could lie and steal and fornicate, and God's good for everybody forgave me, and then Jesus died on the cross?
No.
Well, then what happened? Were you innocent or guilty in God's eyes?
Perfect. I haven't committed murder. That's the biggest thing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not the biggest sin. You know what the Bible says?
Yes, it is.
Hold on.
That's why people get chosen to go to hell.
Are you ready?
Not-
In the Bible, it's very clear as far as that. James book, the book of James, chapter 2, verse 10 says, if you break the least one of these, of the 10 commandments, you broke them all. You don't have to break all 10 to be in trouble.
but the
Just
people
the
that
least
don't do
one
the
of them,
same
you'll be in
thing.
trouble.
And
And as
he
far as
died.
murder, hold on.
He died for the
Jesus himself said, if you hate your brother, you call him Raka, you fool. But he said, you heard it said, you shall not commit murder. But I say to you, if you just hate somebody, you've already committed murder with them in your heart. See, so you don't have to actually physically kill somebody. The point is you just hate somebody. So have you ever hated anybody? And you've been angry? Never. Whoa, really? How about you? Come on, man, be honest.
I don't hate nobody.
I'm a hater.
So get it? So what? Here's the point.
I
Look.
don't hate
Why would that have to happen if you think you're going to be innocent and go to heaven?
I'm not
Think about it.
innocent.
That's what you just said. You'd have to say, no, I'm guilty. And as a guilty person, you'd have to go to hell, heaven or hell on women. And then you got the good news.
Jesus as well. There were all of those things.
You're putting the good news before the
And all
bad.
the people that got used for all the things, all the 10 commandments and all the things like that, they all committed some type of crime and they still were chosen by God to do his work.
Absolutely. I never said they were, but wait a minute. They were guilty. You're missing the point.
Same exact thing.
No, they're not innocent. They were
They
guilty.
still went to heaven. Why? Because they did God's work.
You remember what Paul said in the Bible? He said,